What's going on, everyone? Nick back with another Battle Spirit Saga matchup video. Today's matchup is Red Terrasaur Aggro versus Michaela Luster. Steph's been working on a Luster deck for a little bit, so excited to finally get a matchup with it. And I know he's going to make a few changes to the list after this match based on how relevant aggro is in the meta. He's definitely going to be making some changes, but let's jump into the deck list. And of course, as they have been lately, deck lists are down in the comments, so you guys can check those out. Let's jump into it. This is Tim Rivera's list that won Palm Springs. Terrasaur is not really something I'm necessarily looking to play, so I haven't put a whole lot of thought into Terrasaurs as a whole. I had a good time with it at the beginning. Almost played it in Vegas, to be honest, but ended up going with 2-drop aggro, or 2-drop yellow, excuse me, because I thought I had a little bit stronger of a deck because I was missing some key pieces for Terrasaur. But obviously this deck performs really well. So yeah, just use Tim Rivera's deck for this matchup so you guys can see how it plays out against Luster. And let's jump into Steph's deck. So here's Steph's yellow Luster deck for Michaela, for War Angels. Some Hippocampo there for some Blessed. Only one Marigold, so not a whole ton of magic draw off her, but a lot of magic in here with Dream Bombs and Regains, all that good stuff. Caladrius' Luster as well in here, as well as Twilight Dragon Rider. So pretty good list. As you'll see, it performs fairly well. And let's jump into game one. All right, jumping in. My strategy, definitely go aggro. So starting off with Overraptidon, straight into Rain Needle for free, and Dragron Trooper. 3 bodies on board. We'll just pass it over to Steph. Just gonna place that burst card. And playing Caladrius, getting the Luster unit on board early. Definitely always a threat. He's just gonna core up. Not really any magic in hand, I guess, to play here. I know Steph's gonna put this matchup up on his channel probably next week. So 4A2 TCG, if you guys want to see this matchup from Steph's point of view and hear his commentary on the matchup. Like I said earlier, I haven't put a ton of thought into Terrasaur Aggro. I know it's performing really well, and it's a fun deck to play. As I Burning Force his Caladrius off board. Don't want to leave a Luster unit on board. We'll sack our Rain Needle to pay for that. But yeah, I haven't put a ton of thought into this deck. Purple Curse is definitely where my heart is right now. I'm enjoying playing it as we deal 2 damage here to Steph and pass it on over to him. But yeah, this deck is strong. It's consistent, I think. Something like we've kind of discussed amongst our group that's been playing. Why is Terrasaur so strong? And it's because you get consistent hands. It's hard to get a bad opening hand, so you really don't have to mulligan very often. Then you get to play a ton of cards. If you get those Gigano Rexes out, you do really well. That thing, you know, if you have it at level 3, based on only have Emperor Beast and Terrasaurs on the board, you're doing a lot of damage, and it's hard for your opponent to stop that, which is nice. So if replays Caladrius here, he is floating 3 cores. We saw an Angelic Pressure Nan, so he's gonna Angelic Pressure here. He's gonna take out my Dragron. He's actually gonna take out my Overraptidon. Smart choice by him. Key there, Overraptidon's a Terrasaur, which means that it's a much more valuable unit for me due to Gigano Rex and his effect. So leaving the Dragron Trooper means I have a body on board that actually hurts me if I have Gigano Rex come out. Gonna get the Cornered Flame Rat. Nice card draw at level 2 and 3. We're not gonna end up leveling it here. And then Dilophosa. I don't know if that's how you say that card name. We're just gonna go with that. but it's another strong one. It's an interesting card because it can't block. But when you're an aggro deck, you just go face anyways, right? Two cores to play with here, and we're going to spin them, drop the Scorch Battlefield. Gives us a nice buff to everything on the board. Attacking with Dragaron Trooper here. I think the reason I did this was to avoid a burning force on it, and some that way that Steph couldn't get value off of Rat and it. We do end up losing the Rat to Angelic Pressure. Steph's gonna go ahead and take that 1 damage. And we attack once more. He's gonna pop Absolute Ice Shield. No need to pay because that was our last spirit. Let's see what Steph can do here. A little bit on the back foot. Just gonna play a Twilight Dragon Rider Filvoom. Good luster card. Fortunately, the first effect doesn't do a whole lot against aggro. At least if they're playing like I am. Which, you know, I could be playing this wrong. Just swinging away like I am. We'll see in Game 2 how that plays out. But, yeah, in Game 1, I just kind of had momentum early. And I just went face. Steph goes ahead and just passes over. At this point, we're tied on board in units. He might win the trades based on what Twilight Dragon Rider was, but we will drop the Giganorex. Just pointing out how much we're going to reduce it by. Using it by 4 because you do get double reduction off of Emperor Beast and Terrasaurs. So we have 1 Terrasaur on board, plus the Dragaron Trooper and the Nexus, which gives us 4 reduction. And we're actually just going to go ahead and sacrifice that Dragaron Trooper afterwards. Which means that Giganorex is level 3. So when I attack, I give the Dilophosa 3k as well. We got a nice 14k with Confront. Steph has a 4k and a 3k. He's going to go ahead and block with Caladrius. And then Dilophosa I'll swing with as well. Can't block, so I might as well just swing it. 5k versus a 4k. Doesn't have that Angelic Pressure in hand anymore. We're going to go ahead and Dream Bomb, though. Just going to return our Nexus and something else to our hand if he pays for it. He is going to go ahead and spin the cores. He's going to return Rex to our hand. Another consistent thing for Terrasaur deck is how easy it is to actually get Giganorex out, though. So something like a Dream Bomb, while it does slow you a little bit because you have to relay your spirits the next turn, getting Rex out is fairly cheap. As we see, Steph throws down the Michaela and the Pintan. So he's going to check 3 due to Michaela's effect because she does counter self. And whiffs. See another Michaela go to the bottom of the deck. That's what we like to see in this matchup. No magic go into the hand. And a Michaela on the bottom of the deck. That is a nice one for the Terrasaur player, that's for sure. That's a nice one for any opponent against Michaela Luster. Steph's gonna go ahead and I think he might pass here. I can't remember. He might have attacked, but looks like 1, maybe 2 cards in hand. Yeah, it's looking like 1 card. So he goes ahead and passes it on over. Pretty vulnerable spot for Steph. We have quite a few cores to work with here. I'm gonna go and play the Rain Needle. And the Dino Man Tyrannoid. So we got 5 reduction here is what we're counting up. So Rex only costs 3 now. This is the power of Gigano Rex and the power of this deck. Like I was talking about a little bit ago, how easy and cheap you can actually get him back on board. Now with Rain Needle there, we do lose the level 3 ability for free, which is totally, I think, fine in this situation. Steph doesn't have a burst card, so we know he doesn't have Ice Shield. He has 1 card in hand, but we're just gonna try and go wide here and finish game. So that's why we leave the Rain Needle there. So we swing with Rex, just a 5k, only level 1. It's only 2 cores on him. He blocks with Michaela, no big deal. We lose the Rex. Go ahead and swing with Dilophosa. Another fairly big unit for him to deal with. 1k, blocks it. Swing with Rain Needle. He either has to take it or he blocks. So he blocks, which then this ends up buffing our Dino Man because there's only 2 units now, so it's 6k, and that's going to wrap up game 1. Now we jump over to game 2. Game 1 was definitely in our court. Steph likes for us to go first. Start with a little bit slower of a play here. We just go for Starblast. I don't know if this ended up being the best play for us. Could have maybe like burst carded Starblast or something. Put my burst card down late, but it's a casual game, so we just acted like I had put that down and then passed turn. But yeah, we could have maybe put Starblast like in burst or just save it for later. Maybe gotten a little bit more board control early like we did in game 1. It definitely would have helped in this situation, because Hippocampo does have Blessed, which is basically a 2 life swing here, right? He jumps to 6, I drop to 4. So not only do you take a life from me, but he's gaining his own life, which is a tough one to deal with. Now turn 2, we're gonna Rain Needle, get a body on board. We're also gonna do a little cornered Flame Rat. Throw out another Flame Rat. Almost forgot to pay for that Flame Rat, so I had to take the core off Rain Needle and drop it in the trash. So we're gonna swing with Flame Rat. Steph has nothing, so he takes. I almost draw a card here, but check myself. It's a level 2 only, level 2 and 3 on the Flame Rat. So we were just laughing. Like, oh, hold on. Caught myself though, so we were fine. And then I'll just swing away. This is a slight misplay with a blessed unit on board. Definitely shouldn't have just swung like that. I should have probably. I think being behind on board from the start, I should have played a little more defensive. Like maybe swing with 1 Flame Rat and then leave 2 there, or maybe don't swing at all. I think I just saw he had a Burning Force in hand. Yeah, so he drops Burning Force here. He gets rid of both rats, which is going to prevent us from like coring them up and getting free card draw. But I should have definitely probably not attacked at all. Played around Burning Force, still had a blocker for this Hippocampo to prevent the healing. But again, Terrasaur Aggro, not a deck I'm super comfortable with. I think if you were a beginner looking to get into the game and you want a really good deck to play, definitely look into this deck. It's not super complicated. There's not a ton of interactions you need to know, per se. But, you know, there is still some matchup stuff to learn, like in any card game matchup. Yeah, Steph drops the Flying Arc. Good card for the Luster deck. Ends up getting 1 heal off there. Another 2 life swing, unfortunately. Now it's time to build a little bit of board. Get a little bit more card draw. Another Dragaron Trooper. And again, this is probably a situation where I didn't need to swing with the Trooper. I probably should have just swung with Dilophosa. 1 less core for Steph to work with next turn. It would have given me 2 blockers on board. But we'll see how this turn plays out. Sometimes as aggro, I gotta remember I don't have to hold W and push forward and attack every turn. The interesting thing about this game, there's no summoning sickness, right? So sometimes you just gotta restrain and make sure you don't attack every single time. Great Luster card coming out from Steph, though. Gets to restand once per turn when a magic attack resolves. As you'll see, there is one magic card in Steph's deck that gives me a lot of trouble here. We're about to see it for the first time in this game. Side Dome Flash. Go ahead and act like Steph had already placed that burst. I did earlier, so fair is fair. Yeah, Gleam of Hope. This card is coming out for free. Gives 1k to Luster and Blessed units, and it gives a card draw. Pretty strong card, honestly. Might have cost 1. Could be wrong on the free part, but still, regardless, quite strong card. Yeah, the Angel is Luster, so it resolves, gets the magic back, restands the War Angel. I think Steph just passes here. Yeah, I think that was a slight misplay in my opinion. He is a 2 health. I don't know what that burst card is. I think we'll end up seeing it later. But I do think with only... Maybe if it's not an Ice Shield, then it was definitely the right play. But I think, you know, he could have put a little bit more pressure to make me try and flip my Ice Shield. Especially with 2 things attacking. I had 1 blocker. Could have at least got Rain Needle off the board for me. But we'll go ahead and bring Gigano Rex out. Cost of 4, just what we're clarifying there. 1 Emperor Beast on the board, and then 2 other red spirits. Or maybe it's a Terrasaur, excuse me. I'm just going to go ahead and drop the other Gigano Rex. Has a cost of 2. Then we're just going to discard the Rain Needle here, move the core over. That way, both Gigano Rex are at level 3. Maybe not the correct play there. I could have maybe tried to in-game had I not done that, but we're going to go for it. 13k with Confront. He's going to block with the Angel. Comes back to his hand due to the Flying Arc. This one's actually 16k with Confront. Loses the Hippo. And then we got 7k Dilophosa here. Excuse me, no, it'd be it was a 10k, I believe. As recording this, I have to fix some BPs on that turn. You see that War Angel come back out. Shoutouts to this card and just how fantastic the art on it is. Really cool. I'm big into the high fantasy, like angel demon thing, so really cool card in my opinion. Another Twilight Dragon Rider coming out. So 6k luster here. No flash for me. Steph will flash though. That Gleam of Hope. It got me this whole game. We're gonna go and take the damage. Flip Ice Shield. Unfortunately, the way I played this out, I could have played a little smarter. I have to get rid of both spirits on my side of the board. He now has board control and they're standing so he can block. We're gonna go ahead and relay a burst though. Another Ice Shield, spoilers. Really stall this game out. Yeah, I could have been a little more conservative with my core management to where I'm not discarding spirits to play Absolute Ice Shield. Unfortunately, I did have to end that turn right there. Get the Overraptidon out. Go and do Gigano for 6. 13k with Confront coming out from Gigano Rex. So I'm just going to go ahead and block that with Dragon Rider. Pretty easy choice there. War Angel is very good for him. Actually, misspoke earlier on some of the attacks due to the flying arc. War Angel should have been an 8k, going up to 9. Doing some of those attacks. Totally forgot flying arc gives 2k at the level 1, and then the level 2s when return stand. But unfortunately, this game will probably wrap up pretty quick here, as we don't have a lot of options. Hand's pretty light. We're losing board. There comes the second War Angel. Pretty much gonna close this one out. Now Flying Arc is leveled up, so we can't even really get them off the board. Just gonna go ahead and attack here. 4k. We're gonna go ahead and take that. Fortunately, 1 core short again. So have to sacrifice the only spirit on board to trigger the absolute ice shield. Steph does get a little healing off the hippocampo there, so he's back to 2. Things are looking dire. We're looking for a draw. Dropping 4 on Starblast. Looking for any answer. And I don't know that there was an answer to find, to be honest. One of the draws we got was Starblast. Again, so not a great draw of cards this game. Seeing 3 of our Starblast. Fortunately, I feel like this matchup you really got to go pretty quick. You don't want them to have any sort of board, and you really want to put the pressure on, in my opinion. Play the Overraptidon for 1, just to get a little reduction going on board here. Our hand isn't looking great. Looks like we got a 2 Nexus. Yeah, we got a Scorched Battlefield, Volcanic Canyon, Starblast draw, and a Volcanic Break. So we will go ahead and Volcanic Break the Angel off the board. It is outside of the attack step, so he doesn't get it back in hand, which is nice. Go ahead and pass turn over to Steph here. Again, looking dire. He really just needs 1 more unit, which is right there. Two Nexus in hand and no flash. It's fortunately not gonna work out well for us. Gets to restand that Angel as well. We block, and we're moving on to game 3. So 1-1 in the series. Looks like whoever goes second so far has definitely had better momentum throughout the game. Again, I think my Starblast draw turn 1 probably was a slow play. Should have gone for board control. Would have prevented the blessed healing I think it would have played out a lot better for us. But here we go. Just starting off. We act like the core went on it. I forgot to put it on there, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't level up the spirit at all. Cladger's coming down. A little crazy interaction here with having the reduction plus Pintan leveled. This Gleam of Hope is free. Pretty wild. Cladger's now swinging for 4K. Not that we have a blocker anyways. Go ahead and take that life. Take that free core ramp. Go ahead and throw Dino Man down. We're going to go ahead and Burning Force. Get that maximum reduction by putting the Dino Man down. And we'll kill both units on his side. Pretty great start for us there. Get a Luster unit off the board and Pintan. Because that one magic reduction can be quite strong. As we saw, free Gleam of Hope, right? Go ahead and swing here, 4K. Steph just checking Dino Man. See what his effect was. Level 3 when there's only 2 or fewer units. Go ahead and drop Steph to 2 before he even sets a burst card. Pretty great start for us. Do leave ourselves a little vulnerable, but not too worried about it. See, Steph has a Burning Force in hand. Unfortunately, both these spirits play around Burning Force. At least for the time being, with Dino Man being a level 3, because there's only 2 spirits on board. Here, we're just going to lay on the aggression and go quite wide. Drop a Star Blast as well. Get a little bit of card draw. So right here we have up to 8 reduction really for Emperor Beast. And I think we have a Rex in hand, yeah. So we would get maximum reduction. It would only cost 2. We got 1 core over there. I do think this was a slight misplay on my part. I think the Bearded Eagle is a little bit more valuable than the Delafosa long term. But this does also play around Burning Force, since they are 4K baseline. Not that it really would have mattered, because we swing Gigana Rex here first. So 13K with Confront. Steph has to block with the Fairy. Ton of cores there for him. He's gonna take that life. Flips a Dream Bomb, unfortunately. Not an Ice Shield. But he does spend it. Bounces the other remaining spirit that could attack to survive 1 extra turn. Gleam of Hope. Just looking for any answer at this point. Unfortunately, doesn't have it. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed another fun gameplay video between me and Steph. Terrasaur Aggro, very strong, like I talked about in the video. Your hands are consistent. Giganorex you can get down for cheap. You know, if you play 4 of them like this deck list does, you see them quite often. So it's hard to brick a hand, and I think game 2 I lost because I started slow. Had I just laid spirits on board, we probably don't lose board state as easily, and we can probably catch up, especially because I think 2 draws, the Star Blast ended up giving us a Giganorex, so 2 turns in we would have had the Rex already. So I think that was probably what lost us game 2, and we could have maybe 2-0'd, but hindsight 2020, we ended up taking the series 2-1. Fun series. I think Luster is not awful. I think it is suffering a little bit against aggro, but Steph has some ideas and some changes for his deck, so maybe we'll see some of that later on down the road on this channel. I know I definitely want to play against it again with my Purple Curse deck, so we'll probably get that video up on the channel. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for hanging out, and I hope to see you back on the next one. Take care.